Hey guys, here we have the 2022 Salem Hemisphere 26 BHHL. It's a video walkthrough for it. Up front you got your tongue jack, you have up and down, then you have a light for when you're hooking up at night. Then you got your chains and your 7-way right here, with a nice little bracket to hold them. Then over here is your breakaway. This is like your emergency brake. For some reason, if this came unhooked from your tow vehicle, that would pull out and lock up your brakes so it's not going way behind you. Then you have your propane tanks right here. You got two 20-pound tanks. Just like regular propane tank, you just turn them on with this valve right here. Open it up and then close it. When you're done, this cover comes off, and then you can take the tanks off to go get it filled. Then you have your regulator right here. Right now it's red. That means there's no gas going through. And there's an arrow right here kind of sticking out that's pointing to what tank is drawing from. Right now it's drawing from this one. You turn it on, then it instantly goes green. That means there's gas going through. If this tank goes empty, that'll turn red, telling you that there's no more propane. If you have both of the tanks on, it'll draw from whatever one it's pointing to, and then once this one goes empty, that'll turn red. Then it'll automatically start drawing from the other one if it's open. Then you have your battery up there. Right, and we'll go to the side, and you have your pass-through storage. You have a battery disconnect right there, and then you have the solar charger right there. Alright, moving on down. Let's see. So right here, this is the exhaust for your furnace. Just make sure nothing's in the way of that and don't touch it while using it. That gets pretty hot. Then you have your sewer outlet right here. So you have two gray tanks and a black tank. Your gray tank is your sink and shower water. So this will be for the kitchen, and then this will be for the bathroom. And then you have your black tank, which is back here, which is your toilet water. So this one's going to be your shower and sink, and then this will be your kitchen sink, and then your toilet is the middle one. Leave them closed while camping. Once it reads about 2/3 to all the way full on the monitor panel inside, that's when you come out and dump them. Then you have your another storage compartment back here. Then you have your power cord hookup right here. This is a 50 amp unit because it's prepped for 2 ACs. Then you have outside shower back here and your water hookups. This one's your city water, so that's where you'll hook up your hose to give you direct water to all your faucets. Then you have a portable water tank, so this is where you will fill that. And then you have a black tank flush, which there's a little spray port in the black tank. When you're dumping your tanks, you can hook up your hose to flush it out. Just make sure that valve is left open while doing it, because if it's closed and it fills up, the only place to go is out through the vent on the roof or out the toilet. You definitely don't want that. Then you have your ladder to check on the roof and your spare tire. Then you have your cable hookups right here. On this side, you have electric stabilizer jack, so this is a switch for the rear, and you just have extend and retract. It'll go up and down. This door is for the bathroom, so you don't have to go through the whole unit to get to the bathroom. And these stairs, they just pull out. Then you have your water heater right here. That tab just twists, and then you can open this cover. This is gas and electric. For the electric, there's just a simple on-off switch right there. And the gas, it'll light on its own once you flip the switch on. Then you have outside outlet and cable hookup here to hook up a TV. Then you have an outside spray port to hose things off. That's cold water only. You do have a TV mount out here and then some outside speakers. And then this is the vent for the range hood if you're cooking inside. Then back here, this is your little outside kitchen area. So you have a fridge and a little stove, or a grill, I should say. That just pulls out. Then you have a hose right here. This end will hook right in there, and then the other end will hook in right there. And it's just a simple quick connect, just like an air hose. And then you got a valve on that end right there to turn the gas on, and that draws from the tanks up front. Then you got the front switch for the stabilizer jacks. And then the other side of your passenger storage. And there's a light right there with a little push button. And then you have that switch right there for those lights up front. And then you have a crank right there. If your stabilizer jack blows a fuse or is just not working, you do have a crank to get it up and down. Right. And then your steps right here, they just lift up. And there's a little lock right here that locks it in. To open it, you just pull that out, and then you can fold the steps down. Then on each leg, there's a little button right here, so you can adjust the legs. You want it so it is sitting flush on the bottom of the door sill. That way your door will open and close without binding on it. Right now, moving inside, to the left is your control center. This has your monitor panel on it right here. So you just push each button and it'll tell you how full the tanks are. And they're all empty. Then you have your water pump switch if you're using the freshwater tank, if you're dry camping. But if you're hooked up to the city water, you don't have to worry about that. Then this switch for the water heater, that is for the gas. So all you do is flip that on. This light will come on. It'll try to light 3 times. If it doesn't light after the 3rd time, that light will stay on. But if it does light, that'll go off. Then this is prepped with tank heaters. So if it's getting kind of chilly and you're worried about your holding tanks freezing, you can turn that on, and there's a little heating pad on the bottom of them. Then you have your light switches here. So this one will be for the awning lights. And then this one's for the ceiling lights. Then you have your awning switch here. So you have in and out. To bring the awning out, you just press and hold the out. There'll be a valance that'll fold down. And you'll be able to see the bare tube. Once you see that, just let off the switch. If you keep holding it, it'll roll up backwards and it might cause some damage. So you just want to be careful of that. Then you have your slide out switch. So your couch and dinette is in the slide out. You just have in and out, and it'll stop on its own once it's all the way in and out, and then you just let off the switch. All right, then to the right, you have your little closet area. And this light right here is a motion light. I can't really see the numbers on the back of it. But one way is always on, and then the other way is the motion. That way, every time you open the door, the light will come on. And then you got some hooks for your coats and stuff. Then you have your entertainment center, so you have your radio. It's also your DVD player, and it's Bluetooth, so you can connect your phone to it. Then you have your fireplace, and all your controls are buttons right there. It also has a remote with it. Then you have your TV. Then your thermostat's right here. So this big button controls what mode it's running off of. So press it. It'll turn on the fan, high and low. And then you have cool, high and low, which is an air conditioner. Then you have cool auto, high and low, and then you have heat. And the cool auto is basically you set it to the temperature. Once it gets down to that temperature, it'll shut off, kind of save energy a little bit, save the power. And then once it kind of gets up above a certain temperature, it'll kick back on again. Then, what is that light switch for? It must be the bedroom. Yep. Okay, so this light switch is for the bedroom lights. Someone just turned them off with the push button. Alright, so the bedroom, you got your closet space on each side with some outlets tucked in there with a little bedside table. Then you have some lights above, and these are manual push button ones, so there's no switch, you just push the button. Then your door, you got a sliding door here, and that's the latch to keep it closed for travel. And there's a magnet on the end, so that's why there's this plate here. So it'll kind of keep it closed, and then open it. Then you can lock it. Then you have your bedroom closet right here with hanging space and another light. And then you got these shelves here. Then your bed lifts up and you got storage underneath that. And there is TV hookups in the bedroom as well. Alright, then you have your couch here that will fold out into a bed. Then your dinette, you can pull the tabletop off, remove the poles, and put the tabletop flat down. Then put the cushions over it, and that'll make into another bed. You got your sink here, and this is a little rinsing rack or a drying rack. You got storage underneath, and then you got all your drawers. And then you got cabinets up here, household microwave. You got a stovetop fan and light. And then this just folds up, and this does have a sparker on it, so you just turn it to light and hit the sparker. The propane tanks aren't on right now, so it's not going to light. But nice thing about this, as soon as you turn this knob on, it'll glow red. So that'll tell you if it's on or not, if you accidentally leave it off a little bit. So you could have it like that, or if a kid comes by and mess with it, you can see if it's on or not. Then you got this light switch here, which will light it up blue. And then you got the flip it down, it'll turn on the oven light as well. And then even with that light switch on, it will still turn red. That way you can tell which one's on. Alright, then you have your 12-volt fridge right here. That latch is to lock it for travel. Then you have your power button right here. You press and hold it until all the lights come on, and then let off, and then it'll do its thing, and then it'll light up which one. Usually it'll start at 3, and then you just press it once and it'll move up. And that's your temperature control, so 5 being the coldest and 1 not so cold. Then you have your freezer with the temperature control back there. Down here, this is your converter. So this has all your fuses for the 12-volt system. Then it has all your 110 breakers. Then you have your little pantry area right here. Then you have the bunks, and they got lights and USB ports. This one actually has an outlet in it. And then you got the privacy curtain. And then you have your bathroom. So your toilet's right here. Then you got your light switch there. Your toilet, you have a little foot flush right here. If you press it a little bit, it'll add water to the bowl. And then press it all the way, it'll flush it. Then you have your sink, hot and cold water. It does have a plug in it. Then you got storage underneath. And then you got your toilet paper roller. Then you got your medicine cabinet. towel racks there. Some more storage space for your toiletries. Then you have your shower, hot and cold water. And then you have the shower curtain. You just pull it closed. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Come on. Alright. There. Well, guess not. What the heck? Try it from the inside. Okay, so it works from the inside. That's weird. Probably just the way you're pushing on it, but you push it closed, then it'll stay closed, and then you're kind of got your little curtain here and you can't see through it. And then when you're going to open it, you're going to want to keep holding it, because if you just let go, it is spring loaded to roll up, so it will snap back, and you just don't want any damage to happen. So you kind of just pull it out and it'll slide back in. Then that's the door right there, and you can deadbolt that, so if you're in here you can lock that so no one can come in. Then you have the vent with a fan in it, so when you're showering you can vent out the steam. Alright, so that is everything with the 2022 Salem 26BH HL.